Hi Tarot friends, it's Jade here with Tarot Truth. Welcome back to my channel. I am back today with another video in my Walking Through the Tarot series. Today we are talking about the Six of Swords. So if you have not been to my channel before, first of all, welcome. And secondly, just be aware of a couple of things. One is that I am not trying to teach anyone. This is for the purposes of learning myself. And I thought that I would film these because if it can help others, then why not? And I do go through, it does take quite a long time actually to pull out all these cards and put them all together. So I figured someone might enjoy this and make it a little bit more worthwhile than just myself looking at them. So again, I'm not trying to teach anyone anything. I am going through and comparing the artwork and the meanings from different decks. So I'm going to look at the standard, one of the standard Rider-Waite-Smith meanings. So this particular card that you see on screen is from the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot by Lo Scarabeo. And I have, I don't know, 45 or so, 40 something RWS-ish decks. And I'm going to bring those up one by one, and we'll read some of the descriptions as well, not all of them, or we would be here forever. And then we'll look at some ancient Italian and Marseille style, and then the Thoth as well. So without further ado, let's get moving. So the Six of Swords, standard, a description, I guess. So this one comes from the Kitchen Table Tarot by Melissa Sonova. Water has an important role in this card. The passengers are ferrying themselves from rough waters to smooth. So you can see that from here, rough to smooth. They are determined to make a change in their lives and are not going back. They've recognized what isn't working in their lives and have accepted it, creating opportunity for change. They are pointed towards new opportunities and growth. They just need to keep going. On the reverse side, you're stuck. Baggage from the past is dragging you down. Let it go and move on. So one of the interesting things about this card that I find is that they're kind of going into a bit of the unknown, right? Because the far shore is all kind of gray-green. So it's not necessarily all that much better, but certainly they're hoping it is, given the calmer waters. Maybe just anything they find there can't be any worse than what's on this side. I don't know. But anyway, there's the RWS. So let's look at some other cards. So the Influence of the Angels Tarot. Let's see if I can actually make this a bit bigger. All right. There we go. The Vice Versa. And that's the front. And here's the back. So they have found some shelter maybe. The Zombie Tarot. The Wildwood. The Deviant Moon. Let's have a look at what that says actually, since we're at it. All right, so Six of Swords. A journey, escaping bad situations and entering good ones. On the reverse side, inability to break free of bad circumstances, entrapment in miserable events. So pretty much the same. Obviously vastly different artwork. The Herbal Tarot. Mystical Manga. The Spiral Tarot. Nicoletta Ciccoli, the Raven, Art History for Past Lives, Fountain, Dark Mansion, Tarot Muha, Modern Witch, Hidden Realms. So there's quite a different bit of artwork there. So let's see what that one says. This says, the Six of Wands indicates a situation that requires a solution or a plan of action. However, before you can get to it, you have to stop what you're doing. Your current approach is making things more complicated in your mind. The solution exists, but you can't see it because you're going over and over the same thoughts. You've created a rut for your brain and layered some wrong thinking over the problem, making it seem worse. You're not seeing the solution because you get too much in your own way. Peel away all the approaches and all the approaches and thoughts you've tried and leave them behind. Clear your mind completely, oh my gosh, and ask for clarity. Then you'll be able to move past this obstacle. So a bit more, right? It's interesting because you would think that this one would speak more to the clouded mind because the swords are actually up front and center. But anyway, Crystal Visions, Santa Muerte, Mystic Mondays, Joie de Vivre, the Housewife's Tarot, the Mermaid Tarot, Gilded, Emerging Toronto Artists, Crystal Visions, the Crow, the Aquarian, Druid Craft, Mythic, Ethereal Visions, Pagan Otherworlds, Game of Thrones. Just to make that, I guess you can't see that completely. The Enchanted Forest, Dame Darcy, Wild Unknown, the Muse Tarot. It's an interesting card. The Everyday Witch, which I love. The Light Seers, I think this one here is my favorite card art-wise in this deck. Spirit, Revelations, the Spirit Keepers. And that's it for the RWS based. Oh no, sorry, there's one more. The Next World Tarot. Let's have a look at what that says. Okay, Six of Swords, where are you? The Six of Swords is a rite of passage, a peaceful intersection of purple clouds, subtle mist, and hope. She represents the clarity that comes after fighting, isolation, and the journey of the swords. She is the beginning of the end of failure. She is a quiet stroll into the future. She is independent travel and femme visibility, armed with safety and aligned with self-sufficiency. The Six of Swords is the threshold between enlightened power and unwavering turmoil. She represents the end of a toxic past and the end of oppressors disguising themselves as loved ones. She represents that moment where you reclaim your personal power and walk away. She asks you to smile along the way. So that's quite a different take, right? Like, I haven't worked too much with this deck, and I think to really absorb that meaning, I think I need to work with it a bit more and sit with that, because I'm not really getting all of that from this artwork right off the bat. But anyway, okay, so let's look at some ancient Italian and Marseille style. This is the Minchiate Etruria, Classico Marsiglia, Marshmallow Marseilles, Tarot of the Master, Ancient Italian, and let's see what that one says. Just for fun. Moving to a more advantageous situation. A lessening of anxiety. You need breathing room now and peace in which to heal. So I get that. I get that, you know, from both of those, really. Because that lessening of anxiety, that moving to a place where you can heal, that's the whole purpose behind this journey, right? The Solabusca, the Tattoo Tarot, Tarot Classic, and let's have a look at that, at what Mr. Kaplan has to say about the Six of Swords. A trip or journey, travel, voyage, route, attempt through difficulties, expedient manner, success after anxiety. On the reverse side, stalemate, unwanted proposal, no immediate solution to present difficulties, confession, and declaration. So I get all of those. Those make sense to me, and I think they are pretty much what we have. Well, I get those from the RWS as well, I guess, the nuances there. And lastly, I have the Thoth, although I seem to have those seems to have gone missing here. Okay, so let's look at the Thoth style. Pull those out of the way. It's the Millennium Thoth, and that is the original Crowley Thoth that one came from. Okay, and let's have a look at what that meaning says. Direct your intellect to a point. Understand and appreciate the scientific branches of knowledge. Have an adaptable spirit. On the reverse side, too many disciplines leave one scattered, having no desire to study, keeping a rigid structure. So here we have the first real, really the first time where there is a major difference between the three styles, at least from what I've seen anyways. You may disagree, of course, at least in the pips. Yeah, anyway, they are really, this one is quite different. Anyway, so there we have it. The one Six of Swords that I did not show actually from the RWS I just saw off to the side was the Tarot de la Nuit. But there you have it. Those are the decks, most of the decks that I have for this Six of Swords. In terms of my favorite, I think my favorite card I mentioned earlier was the Light Series Tarot. I'd love to hear what yours is, and whether you have any additional is there any tweaks or any meanings that you have that are slightly different, or that you have found to be slightly different? This one also is, I love. From what I've mentioned here, I haven't read every single one, but the ones I did read seem to be very similar until we got to the Thoth deck. So I'd love to hear your thoughts. I hope you've enjoyed this. If you have, please don't forget to hit the like and subscribe button. I would greatly appreciate it. And we will catch you next time with the Seven of Swords. Bye for now.